A new year means 25 new predictions for Minecraft in the form of a bingo board behind me. But first, we have to take a look at how I did last year. How many got right, how many got wrong, and if I even got a bingo. And here we are at my bingo board from last year of my predictions for 2025, what I thought could possibly come to the game in this past year. I am very excited to go over this. We have a lot to cover, so let's just get cracking, and we'll go at it in the same order. I think I drew it. I think I went in horizontal rows like this. I don't think I snaked, but regardless, how this will work is I will say what each one is, recap what I said last year, and then apply the appropriate wool, whether it be green for yes, I did predict this correctly, or red that I did not. I thought about having a yellow that was like, kind of true, but I don't think I would count those for a bingo anyway, so I might as well just do red and green. So without further ado, I think some scaffold will come in handy here. Top left, I remember this one fondly. This is one I definitely wanted to come true, and that was Toby Fox composes new music for the game. He's very capable, and he has done music for other games, namely like Pokemon and other titles. So I don't think it's out of the question that he would do at least one track for Minecraft at some point. And unfortunately, just straight up, that is not the case. Now, we did get 2 new music discs this year, so it wasn't too much of a stretch. If I had just said new music disc, then it would be true, but sadly Toby Fox did not make a new track for this game, so that is unfortunate. Okay, next one is transportation overhaul, and oh boy, we'll see a rebalancing of Elytra or a new rideable mob or like a new meta for traveling through the game or something. I think there'll be something in 2025 that changes how we get around in Minecraft. I think this might be the truest one on the board. Not only did we get Happy Ghasts, which dramatically changed how transportation's done in the game, flight for building, moving several people at once. It is slower than an Elytra, of course, but still another way for air travel. I would say that definitely counts as transportation overhaul. But in addition to that, the most recent game drop is Mounts of Mayhem, and Nautilus alone, I would think, would even count for this. But then we have other mounts in the game added as well. So definitely, I think this is the most overhauled transportation has been since, I don't know, the minecart was added. Boats. Who knows? It is worth pointing out that this row right here and this row right here, the 2 rows with the buttons, those are the ones I thought were most likely to come true. Now, I did go back and watch my old video, of course, and I did say this one was also pretty likely to come true. So I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, this one can't come true, but there's still hope for this one. And it's also worth mentioning that I did a poll. I did a poll in the Discord, the JFS Discord, on what people thought I had done, whether or not I had a few correct and didn't get any bingos, 1 bingo, 2 bingos. So here's the results. We have some believers. We have some people who thought. Dennis said I got 0 right, so already happy to prove Dennis wrong with the first green here. Okay, next one is another big one, and that is Vubuoy scandal. I think in 2025 something's got to come out. There's got to be some sort of news about Vubuoy. I really wanted to make a fun joke about this. I wanted to have a good time, but the more I looked into Vubuoy, I know him from the Minecraft media and YouTube channel and stuff, but the more I looked into him, I was like, oh, he's like kind of like a super wholesome, nice guy, it seems like. And he's like a real person. So I didn't really want to make jokes at his expense for someone I've never really met. Thought we could have had a good time with this. Thought I could have made a lot of jokes. But ultimately, probably for the best. No Vu Buoy scandal, unfortunately. But you know, hey, there's always next year. We'll see what happens. Okay, next up, and that is Pocket Dimension. One of my long shots. Oh, they're going to expand upon the cities. There's going to be something going on with the Warden. There's going to be something related to Skulk. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool if there was like a little Pocket Dimension, like a new boss or something to fight. This one was kind of a left field guess. I think it's some of the long shots, some of the ones that seem very out of left field, if they are to come true, are kind of the coolest thing, right? So unfortunately, not true. I still think this is very possible. And it's also worth noting that I don't intend on repeating any of my unsuccessful predictions. So unfortunately, for the time being, Pocket Dimension does not exist. But, you know, hey, maybe in the future, you never know. This is absolutely something I could see them adding, though. So that is another red. And then lastly, on the top row, Light Blue Wood. Another one that's a little specific. I think they're adding slowly the Minecraft 16 colors to the woods. I still think it's going to get added. This is another one I'm fairly confident that's more of a when, not an if. I do think they're moving towards having all the 16 colors of the woods. Could be wrong, but I think this is one that's very possible. But very clearly, this also was not added. And so one row down, 1/5 of my predictions, and we've gotten one correct. This is not boding too well for me, I think. But hey, there's still plenty of board left. So who knows? Let's see. Okay, next one. This is a subjective one. There's a few subjective ones on the board as well. Mob vote alternative. They're still going to have some sort of interactive thing that is going to be kind of like the mob vote, but it's going to be toned down and less divisive. And although we did have 2 Minecraft Lives this year, I could not find any equivalent of like voting community interactive thing that is comparable. They are doing like capes with the game drops now, where if you do certain things a certain amount of time, you get a cape. I actually happen to be wearing the copper one, and there's also the broader community, like if everyone breeds this mob or if everyone kills this many mobs, then Bedrock players get cosmetics as well, like everyone does. So I mean, that's a level of community engagement, but personally, I wouldn't count that at all. I think that would definitely feel like a cop out if I counted that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say that's no dice there. Let's I'm gonna expand my platform here, so maybe I can catch these as they fall. Whoop. Okay. So unfortunately, another red wool. All right. Next, existing mob overhaul. Yeah, so if you look at a lot of the mobs, I think some of them can use a little touching up, like spiders. Some of the animations are a little weird or dated. Even a creeper could probably use a little texture polish. This one's interesting because this is another one that could have a little bit of subjectivity if there wasn't actually multiple contenders. So if it was just the Happy Ghast, then I'm like, well, is that existing mob overhaul? They retexture the original ghast in addition to adding, a new ghast and new breeding stuff. So I think I would count that. But another huge one, was it the Spring to Life game drop? Added biome variants for every mob or every passive mob. 2 new textures for all of those. Chickens have multiple eggs now. And then zombie horses were added and retextured. camels got a zombie variant. So another absolutely massive, resounding yes. This is definitely existing mob overhaul for sure. So I'm very happy calling that another success. So 2 in a row there. Hey, 2 in a row. Another specific long shot. I would love beavers to get added. I think they're going to do some sort of river update at some point, or like redo rivers, or I don't know. There's going to be something with rivers, and they're going to add beaver dams. I would love a little friend to help me woodcut. Didn't happen. Not in 2025, that is. So, unfortunately, no dice for beavers, but I won't give up hope. I won't give up hope. And hey, I know I've said it before, but maybe next year, maybe in the future, I'd love to have it. And then I'll smash cut back to this video years later saying, hey, I knew it was going to happen. All right. New non-combat enchant. But I feel like we've gotten more of like the newer enchantments, the ones in the past like 8 years. I feel like there's been more combat-oriented ones than non-combat-oriented ones. So I think we're specifically going to get a new non-combat enchantment. So the only one I could remotely consider for this is lunge on the spears, because they have plenty of non-combat applications. However, it is on a weapon and a combat enchant. So I think how this is worded, even though it has potential non-combat applications, I think this is clearly another red. Unfortunately, another miss. So a bit of a pattern going here, huh? I'm getting about a fifth of them right so far. Okay. And then the last one on the second row, Bedrock feature on Java. And this one I had to scour a little bit. You know, the wiki sometimes is a little dicey, and I think this upcoming year I'll do a better job of actually taking notes as I go with my predictions, and leave less heavy lifting up to me at the end of the year. However, there is at least one feature I spotted. If there's not more, there may be more. But fallen logs. Fallen logs were not in Java. In Java now, in World Gen, there's a chance for fallen logs, and they may have vines or mushrooms on them. And that was an existing Bedrock feature, has been for some time. Like there's fallen logs around, vines grow on trees, and it was added to Java, I believe, in the Spring to Life update. So that is exactly what I was imagining. Something already existing in Java added to or something already existing in Bedrock added to Java. So this is a resounding yes, absolutely. And again, there may be more that I missed, but there's at least one, so it does count. Okay, 2 rows down. Let's take a step back and look. Yeah, I mean, we're doing okay. Still hope for this column, and of course, there's still hope for any horizontal ones. Maybe we'll get that second to last row there, but unfortunately, any vertical bingos or diagonals are off the table. So, okay, let's go down one more layer here. I don't think I need scaffold anymore. No, we don't need scaffold anymore. You've done your part. I appreciate it. You're going in here, and thank you. All right, next up, we have big technical news. I don't know, overhauling how something is rendered or something on the server back end or something like that. I don't know. Another somewhat subjective one. So I called in an expert. I called in my buddy Lemon. And recently, I think maybe in November, but at least not too long ago, they announced the removal of obfuscation from the Minecraft code for modders. And I was like, oh yeah, that's big technical news. I saw a lot of people, like even not in the technical community, talk about that, and I asked Lemons about it. And he said, no, not really. That's not big news. I don't even know why people are talking about it. It doesn't really affect anything. There's been like workarounds and like standardization without it for years now. So why is it even a big deal? Okay, so he would not consider that big technical news. I was like, oh, well, shoot. Okay, well, I don't really see anything else until I forgot vibrant visuals were announced this year and came to Bedrock, although not yet Java. And I asked him just to get an unbiased third-party opinion. He was like, yeah, I'd count that as big technical news. So, I guess a whole overhaul on visuals and all the technical implications of that counts in his eyes. So if it counts in his eyes, it definitely counts in my eyes. So that is a green in my book. So, okay. Next one, make useless feature useful. Now, one trait a lot of members of the Minecraft community have is calling things that are definitely not useless. People love calling amethyst useless, for example, despite it having numerous decorative applications and how you make spyglass and breed, allay, and trim armor. How you consider that useless is beyond me. And there's tons of items in the game that people consider useless that I definitely wouldn't. So you could make an argument for the copper drop. A lot of people called copper useless prior to now, which I definitely disagree with, but it added a full suite of tools and armor, additional decorative blocks, etc., etc. So I think a lot of people who were considering copper useless based on their playstyle would no longer consider it useless. However, I wouldn't even count that. The specific example I gave when going through this was, I think, glistering melon. Like glistering melon has one use, like, something more for that, or like, and if that's the case of a kind of push ingredient that doesn't really do much else, I think a great example of this is the pufferfish. The pufferfish previously was really only used for making water breathing potions. And not only can you get water breathing potions themselves from chest loot, but there's also numerous other ways to breathe underwater. Respiration enchantment is really overpowered. You have turtle helmets, you have conduits, you have the door trick in Java. There's plenty of ways that you don't even really need water breathing potions. And the use they were given were to breed nautiluses. So, or maybe nautili, I'm not sure, but that is huge. You can use them to breed nautilus. Now that's how you get more of them, and that's definitely not useless. And on top of this, if that doesn't even count in your book, even though it definitely counts in mine, the zombie horse was literally useless because it was in the game but not at all available in survival, and the zombie horse got retooled and added in Mounts of Mayhem. So that was definitely a useless feature made useful. So in my mind, with all those yeses, that's definitely a yes for me. And so let's put those in there. It's funny that I use beetroot seeds for that. That's interesting. Okay, this one's looking good, right? We got some action going. It's like we're playing Tetris. Okay, this one is kind of in the free space position. In this one, I did put the one I thought was basically guaranteed to happen, and that is more JFS content this upcoming year. So JFS, the server I play on, this is my season 5 base, if you can call it that, my junkyard of sorts. And in 2024, there was pretty much a dip of people streaming and making videos and etc. For Minecraft associated with JFS. And so I knew around the corner we had Overworld, which was our I don't even know what to call it, vanilla plus like slightly modded vanilla reimagined server we kind of had that focuses on economy. We had that coming around the corner, and then I thought it was pretty likely, although at the time not determined, that the server was going to reset and we'd get season 6, which we'd see a big boom in activity. And luckily I'm going to tab out here. Luckily, server member Dennis Flux keeps a comprehensive playlist of all of the videos uploaded on YouTube of JFS. And so in 2024, we had 34 videos. There's 34 videos in the 2024 playlist of JFS Minecraft content. And in 2025, we had 14 videos for season 5. We had 50 total videos for Overworld. And then we had, at the time of recording this, 45 season 6 videos. For a total of, there's been 109 videos on the JFS Minecraft this year compared to 34 videos last year on season 5 for 2024. I think last year had a UHC. I would count that, but it's definitely not more than 75 videos. So I didn't even bother trying to hunt those down and count them. Yeah, so definitely blew this out of the water. And this is a resounding success. Love to see more server activity and recording. And a few of those are from yours truly. And I'm glad to see many other people participating as well. And I hope the pattern continues. All right, next up, we have, this is an interesting one. Mojang financial / business news. Mojang having some sort of like merger or buying another game studio or like mass layoffs. I couldn't find anything. I looked through some news articles, scoured the whole year, didn't find anything credible or noteworthy. This, when I was trying to predict it, I kind of imagined like something noteworthy so much that you wouldn't really forget it. So that's not really the case. So I don't think I'm going to be counting this one, unfortunately, which does break our nice little streak we have going here. Okay. And next, similarly to this one, is Minecraft esports. There's got to be some sort of event held. It could be in person or remote, some sort of like actual event, possibly even endorsed by Mojang. And although I did find an article about Minecraft esports in the future that was published around the time the movie came out, it's not, I mean, and there are people who, there is Minecraft esports, sure, but not so much that it's enough to really count of it being like a big shift, a big paradigm shift in the Minecraft community. So unfortunately, I want to count this as another no. Okay, let's check in. We're over halfway. Looks like based on wool counts on my hotbar, we have what, six successes and 9 not successes. So let's see what this next row has in store for us. And this is the row that I predicted would come true, or at least hoped come true. And right off the gate, we have weird pants, maybe some like camouflage from a mob or some sort of additional functionality or something. I don't know. We've got unique helmets with turtle helmet. We've got leather boots that let you not fall through powdered snow. And we've got elytra, which is kind of, it goes in the chest plate spot. And I thought, they're just setting it up. We're going to get a weird pants to kind of go along and make a full weird outfit. And it's just not really the case here, unfortunately. There's always hope for a weird pants in the future, but not this year. 2025 was not the year of the weird pants, unfortunately. All right, next up, we have new metal blocks, a chain variant, or so it could be a new metal, or it could be like an addition, a decorative addition to existing block. And by golly, do we got some new metal blocks. The copper drop has all kinds of new metal blocks added to it. Even had copper in the item frame here as a prediction. And yeah, this one's just, there was like no beating around the bush or anything. That's an absolute success for new metal blocks. We got several. Didn't have to be a new ore or anything, but new additions. So yeah, I mean, nothing else to say about that. Clear cut. Very marketable mob is up next. Yeah, I think a good example of this is when bees were added. They knew what they were doing. Like, they made something cute and marketable and that people would really, really like. And this one, I think, is another resounding success in my mind. It is one that is more subjective and more on the like, yeah, this is going to happen side than like Pocket Dimension or Beavers. But the Happy Ghast, I mean, come on, have you seen them? Especially like the younger little stage is like so adorable. This is like one of the most marketable mobs they've ever made, period, I think. So definitely a resounding yes for me there. All right, this one is an interesting one. It's very long. MC movie higher than FNAF 2 movie on Letterboxd, but I think somehow the Minecraft movie will score even higher than the FNAF 2 movie when they both come out. So the Minecraft movie came out in April of this year, and then the FNAF 2 movie came out in December. So this whole bingo board, I had to wait until the last couple weeks to even do it because I wanted to see where FNAF 2 ended up. And once the reviews kind of stabilized, like in the beginning, it's going to be a lot more volatile, but things are pretty much settled. And I want you to think in your mind what you think on a scale from 1 to 5, what you think, even if you haven't seen them, what you think the Minecraft movie is and what you think the FNAF 2 movie is. Have that in your mind, what you think the average person would rate these. And I'll tell you this, the FNAF 2 movie is a 2.7 on Letterboxd. So, do you think the Minecraft movie is higher or lower? The answer is lower. The Minecraft movie is 0.2 points lower. Is at a 2.5 on Letterboxd at the time we're recording, which I'm shocked by. I'm really surprised by. I saw both of these movies in theaters. I saw 4 movies in theaters this year. This is 2 of them. And the FNAF 2 movie was, I would say, probably better than the first one. And I think a 2.7 is about right for it. But I thought the Minecraft movie was pretty decent. I would give it like at least a 3 in my book. I thought it was a fun family romp, really. Like, and honestly, the parts of the movie where they go into the real world are actually really good. Like, Jared Hess, the director, was also the director of Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite. And that kind of his like awkward comedy and dialogue, I think, works really well. And I really enjoyed the non-Minecraft part of this movie. And then the Minecraft parts I thought were like very visually distinct and enjoyable, in a way where it didn't just feel like I was watching like a cinematic of Minecraft. It felt like a cinematic version of the game. Like it felt like a movie the whole time. So that's one thing I was hesitant about. And I thought it was fun. It was a fun little, I mean, it wasn't, amazing, but I thought it was a fun little movie. I don't know, 2.5 feels harsh to me. So, and I'm not just saying this because I had vested interest, but I'm genuinely surprised the Minecraft movie got a 2.5. The FNAF 2 getting a 2.7 makes sense to me. Okay. Next up, we have changes to wind/weather. Rain needs a rework. You could add sandstorms or like dust devils and like other stuff. There's so many different meteorological phenomenon in the real world. And I really had to like brainstorm on this one, no pun intended. They did add like ambient wind noises to sand blocks that sound windy, but I wouldn't consider that wind. That's just like ambient noise. And so initially I started to count this as a failure. However, they did change when it rains. There's like this foggy haze now, and that it feels totally different. And even though it is just visual, it is a change to the weather. It is absolutely a change to rain. And I think this should be that. It absolutely is a change to weather. It's a subtle change. It's not a huge change, but it's not exactly what I had in mind. But on a literal level, it is a change to weather. So we are absolutely counting it. So yeah, there you go. So how's the board looking? Board's looking okay. The only option I have two options now, and this is vertical here or horizontal here, are the only two bingos I could get. So it's coming down to the wire. And you know what? I'm not going to even reveal what this one is yet. I'll do that one very last to say that in suspense, because this one, if all these others are green, that means we get two bingos. Or if this one's red, then it means we get no bingos. We have to get this one green in order to get any bingos, either one or two. So we'll do that one last. How about that? Next is moon functionality change. We get some new moon functionality in the game, or something that's currently in the game gets tweaked a little bit. And this is another one I had to like really dig around for, and I couldn't really find anything. Maybe there's something like really subtle. I don't know. Something about the spawn rates of the new like mounts or something. I don't think so though. I don't think there's anything that counts for this in my book. So unfortunately, that is a red, which means the only way we can get a bingo is if this one is true. So we'll do that one. Do that one last. New stone. And I'm even going to go as far to say I think we might get scoria or jasper. That's my prediction. Scoria or jasper. New stone. Couldn't find anything that really was applicable. We got some new the new copper blocks, but that's not new stone, obviously. And I straight up said like, not even variants of existing blocks, so not like variants of basalt or tuft or anything. I wanted like straight up a new rock in the game, something like diorite or basalt or granite or something. And unfortunately, nothing like that of the sort. So that's another no in the books. Stairs / slab / fence / walls of existing block. This one's tricky. So you know your quartz walls, your concrete pillars. This is one of the few that I would consider a maybe, because with the copper drop, we have copper bars and chains and other things that you could count. It's not literally what the prediction is, but it's in the spirit of the prediction for sure. But I don't think I would personally count it, because I was really imagining like stairs and slabs of an existing block, and then you know fences and walls kind of count as well. Something like cobble has, or something like nether brick has, and we didn't really get anything like that. Copper's really close, about as close as you get and not count, but unfortunately that is a no. All right, our penultimate prediction: new edible plant. Yes, so it may be a crop. They could add like corn or tomatoes or something. And by golly, we got a ton of plants this year. Spring to Life update added new bushes, flowers, leaf litter, even other things. And although we got plenty of plants, I don't believe you can eat any of them. You can turn them in a bone mill. You use bone meal to grow a carrot, need a carrot, but I don't think you can eat any of the new plants, unfortunately. So that comes down to this. And with 4 failures in the bottom row and plenty of failures all over the board. 1 more to go, and that is, unfortunately, block/item with wood variants. Or a new item like the hanging sign that has wood variants could be added as well. And, you know, I dug through, and I looked and I didn't see anything until I remembered shelves. You forgot about shelves. Shelves were added this year. Yes, it has every block variant. Shelves are exactly what I imagine. A block with every single wood variant is shelves. It was added this year, which means this counts, and that means we get a bingo. Read up and weep. We have transportation overhaul. We have existing mob overhaul. We have make useless feature useful. We have new metal blocks. We have block/item with wood variants. A bingo, baby. 1 bingo in the books. Unfortunately, not multiple, but I'll take it where I can get it. This one was close. This one was close. This one was not even remotely close. I don't know what I was thinking. But, you know, and I even said in my prediction last year, I was torn between this column and this column. That I thought this column was pretty likely. And you know what? It was likely because it did happen. And we got ourselves our first ever Minecraft predictions bingo. Oh, yes. Thank you. I'm pumped. This has been awesome. But that's only half the video. We still have to go over all our predictions for this upcoming year, all our predictions for 2026. So I'll see you there. And here we are, a blank board for 2026. My predictions are in this dispenser and chest. I'm going, like I did last year, to dispense them at random and see how many we get right in a year's time. All right, let's kick it off with my first prediction. Mob vote, mob loser. This is actually a perfect one to get first. I struggled with one to put in the free space. Last year I had one that I thought was pretty much guaranteed, and lo and behold, it was. This one I think is probably the most likely to come true of my predictions. So this one is just a mob vote contestant that was in a past vote. Could be the Isolager, Moo Bloom, was it Tough Golem? I mean, there's vultures, termites, there's any number of things. I think we're gonna, I misspelled it too. Mob vote. Mob loser. I think we're getting a new mob from a previous loser added into the game. And I'm actually going to put that dead center as our free space. Okay. And then our next one, we have new cave biome. Yes, we have a few cave biomes. We got a few added in the caving overhaul of Caves and Cliffs. But I think we're due for another. I think we could get a game drop that even centers all around caving. And I think a new cave biome will be part of that. I think we're going to see a lot about adventuring this upcoming year. I think that's going to be the motif. We've got a lot of mob stuff this past year. We got some combat stuff. I think we're going to see a lot more about building and adventuring this upcoming year. And I think a new cave biome could definitely be a part of that. Okay. Next prediction. Notable EULA changes. EULA or WAYLA? I've heard it pronounced both ways. I say EULA. Notable EULA changes. The EULA changes sometimes, it's not a big deal. The end user license agreement. But I think there's going to be something notable that happens that sparks discourse or a reaction to parts of the community. Something that maybe gets some people upset, or a paradigm shift and how Minecraft operates. We've seen this a couple times historically, and I think 2026 will be another one of those years. One of the boring ones, but hi. Nonetheless, I think it might happen. All right, next we have, let's close this. Next we have Deep Sea. Okay, so this one is open to a little bit of interpretation. I thought about initially just calling this Deep Sea biome, but it may not even be a biome. I think that in oceans, after a certain depth, we're going to have some different generation or some different mobs. Maybe it's a whole different biome. Maybe it's kind of dark, a little more hostile, a little more dangerous. Maybe you need like water breathing or different things to even get down there effectively. So it kind of coincides with the Nahlis and Mounts of Mayhem. I think there's some synergy there, but it's different enough that I think it would justify its own game drop. So and it's something I would love to see. I'd love to see a deep sea. Maybe new fish, some creepy fish. I don't know. We'll see. New sherd. This one's really straightforward. I think we're gonna get a new sherd. I think we're gonna have some sort of, maybe a new structure, maybe retooling of something that exists already. Maybe they just add some more sherds to the game or some new functionality. We end up with new sherds. I don't know. So, but either way, I think we're going to get a new sherd in the game. Okay. Next up, long distance item transportation. Okay. So this one also could have a lot of ways it could be executed. I've always wanted like carrier pigeons in the game, like some sort of messenger bird. I think that would be really cool. Maybe they make it where, you know, you could put a chest on a happy gas. That would also count. Maybe there's some new meta. Maybe there's items transporting between dimensions or something. There's a lot of ways this could be interpreted, but I think there's going to be a new effective way to transport items long distances in the game that is less that's not quite in the game currently. We have some ways now, but I think there's going to be a new interpretation of it in the near future. So all right, next up, existing structure overhaul. Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward. I think an existing structure will get some sort of addition or facelift or complete rework. I think the most recent example that comes to mind is when they added sherds. Desert Pyramids got a little bonus room now, so something like that would count. Or it could be a total change, like Woodland Mansions get dramatically changed, something in the end, what have you. I think some sort of rework, overhaul to something that's already in the game could happen. A new structure wouldn't count for this, I would say. Unless, I don't know, it'd be a case-by-case basis, but I don't think it's just a new structure would count. So it needs to be something that kind of already exists in the game. Our first row is looking pretty good. I mean, some good variety. The ones with variety are tough because one thing could just really throw it off. But synergy is also dangerous because either kind of all gets added or it doesn't, you know? So it's tough. Okay, new storage block. I think we're still facing some storage problems in Minecraft. I think we all feel that. The more and more items they add to the game, the more and more strained inventory is. We've seen some attempts at this all the way back from shulker boxes and then LA and then bundles and copper golems. And there's a lot of ways to kind of manage items in the game now that weren't in the game previously. But I think there's going to be some sort of new block to be used for storage or that interacts with storage in some way that helps alleviate some of those problems that we're currently having. So I want a double chest, but it's tall. I want a cabinet. I wanted that for a long time. But alas, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay. Next up. New status effects. All right. This one's kind of a simple one. Status effect could come from anything. Could come from a mob attacking you. Come from a new potion, a flower, an AoE thing, any number of things. But yeah, new status effect in the game, regardless of how you obtain it. I think that's pretty much guaranteed. This could almost even go where this one is, where the mob loser is. Because it's, I mean, I would like to look back and see how many years didn't have this added. And I think it pretty much every year has had this added. If I had to guess, if I had a hunch, but we'll see. New recycling. Okay, another one that's kind of subjective here. So there are kind of ways to recycle materials in the game. Composter is a great example. That's probably the primary example of like any organics you could pretty much throw in there and they'll get composted down to bone meal. That's great. Another example I would call recycling is anything that's metal you can melt down into nuggets in a furnace. So if you got a bunch of trashed mob armor, just throw in a furnace, melt it down. I think that's good. I think there's going to be another way added to turn items that are less desirable into another resource that could be good. Or useful in a different way. So I think that also could address some storage issues and storage problems. I think composting is actually pretty good for storage because a lot of the items you kind of end up with, you don't really need 3 leaf litter and 5 wheat seeds and 5 poppies and all this. You know, if you could just throw everything compostable in a chest and just convert it down to bone meal, then it's a good way to clean out chests. So I think there's going to be another way to recycle things, to turn things into other things in the future. So, all right, we're cooking. Okay. All right. All right. This one I had to explain. Jennifer Coolidge gets pregnant. This specifically, I'm referring to, let me sleep while I try to collect my thoughts here. This specifically is referring to Jennifer Coolidge's character in the Minecraft movie. So the Minecraft movie came out this year, and there is a, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, there is a B plot or even a C plot of Jennifer Coolidge's character, who plays the vice principal, hitting a nitwit villager with a car, and then they go out on a date. And she previously was having some romantic troubles, and she gets a new spark of love with this nitwit villager. Well, I have a lot of thoughts and predictions for the Minecraft movie, the second Minecraft movie. I'm hoping we get a trailer next year. This prediction may be too early, but what I think's going to happen with her character is she had a date with a nitwit, right? Nitwits, what are they pretty much only useful for in Minecraft? For villager breeders, right? What did they probably eat on the date? Bread. And they're falling in love? Yeah. Beds around when they go home? Yeah. You do the math. I think we're going to have like a Shrek Donkey Dragon situation with Jennifer Coolidge and a villager, and maybe they'll adopt. I think that would count too. Maybe she has adopted villager kids. But Jennifer Coolidge is going to give birth to, or get pregnant, have some sort of villager offspring as a continuation of that plot in the Minecraft movie. I'm pretty confident about this one. Man, I love that screenshot of that too. Look at her. Let me zoom in on that. That's like right when she hit him with the car and she's like talking to him like, are you okay? You have a big square head. Yeah. Yep. Jennifer Coolidge gets pregnant. Okay. Self-explanatory, right? Really? Yeah. Straightforward. Okay. What's next? Combat snapshot feature. Okay. I'll look back at the combat snapshots. recently, which I think they started as early as 2019. I think they started pre-COVID. I could be crazy. But although we've seen some concepts reworked and kind of bleed into the game, we've had the mace added not too long ago. The spear was just added. We're seeing some kind of different dynamics and changes in combat, but not as dramatic as some of the combat snapshot features. So I think I don't think all that's getting added or anything, but I think we're going to continue to see that pattern of those features and things being added. It could be rebalancing of mob health. It could be hitbox changes for the sake of combat. It could be attack speeds, potion stacking, new enchants, any number of things that were there's a lot. I don't know if you've looked at them recently, but there was a lot of features in those combat snapshots. So I think we're going to get at least something from those features added in the upcoming year. Okay. Whoop. Onions. Yeah, I just think we're going to get onions. I'd like to see onions in the game. Onions are in the allium family, which we have the allium flower. I think it's not crazy to add onions. And you have some sort of synergy with stuff in the game already. Some new foods. Maybe there's interactions, sniffers are smelling around, smelling stuff. I think they talk about how the warden can smell as well. I think that was like part of his description. So I don't know. There's potentially stuff there, and they could also work it into, that's just existing features. Obviously they could work it into future things as well. So I think it's very possible we get onions. I'd love to see onions. Love to see onions added to the game. Okay. A new slime. We are overdue for a new slime. We've got basically 2 in the game, unless I'm forgetting of one. We've got slimes and we've got magma cubes. They're both similar but distinct enough. I think it's very possible we get another one in the future. Has a unique drop or some sort of unique mechanic, and it synergizes with, I think, a lot of other things that could happen in the near future as well. I don't know. I like slimes. In D&D, my favorite monster in D&D is gelatinous cube. And I always like slime and I don't know, kind of like brainless sludge that could like dissolve you is just really cool to me. So yeah, I'd love to see a new slime guide to the game. And it may not even be a mob. It may be something you scrape off with your axe off of something else and you craft into a slime block or something. Like honey is kind of a slime block, right? Even though it's not like a slime. So it could be something closer to honey than an actual mob, but I don't know. We'll see. So new slime. All right. Next up, Minecraft X Lego game. Okay. So to clarify, I don't think there's going to be a Minecraft Lego game. I think that would be too similar to Minecraft. And I don't think that will be like straight up added. And plus Lego had a survival sandbox crafting game as well. Come out a couple years ago, I think. So I don't think that's going to be added, but something is going to be added. There is an existing relationship with Minecraft and Lego for the toys, merchandising. And I think it's very possible that we get them collaborate digitally somehow, like we haven't seen them before. Maybe it's something in the marketplace. Maybe it's like a resource pack. Maybe Fortnite or something. I don't know. There could be any number of things that this could be could manifest in. But I think digitally we're going to see Minecraft and Lego collaborate in a way that is playable and interactable. So Minecraft Lego game. Okay. That one might be one of the more long shots, even some of the other features, but we'll see. Bug. Yeah, I think we're going to get some sort of new insect. It could be like an actual like little mob, like Endermite, or it could be something more like the firefly bushes. That's more like a particle, or something in between, or like something we haven't seen before. You know, maybe I don't know. You dig up some dirt and there's a chance to get a wormy block. You know, and it's that they're not an actual mob or entity in the game, but there's just like wormy mud or something, you know? So I think there's going to be some way we can get a new bug added into the game. I think they're making like conscious strides for the game to feel more alive. They're adding more sounds, more particles, more little creatures, more little things, you know, movement, emotion, and sound. And I think bugs are an easy way to do that, and a good way to do that, and a thing that's kind of lacking in the game currently, like a little gap that could easily feel like, you know, like ambient butterflies like flying around that come in different colors, similar to tropical fish that you could capture. That'd be so cool. People would be all about that. And it doesn't really serve a purpose outside of decoration. So, anyways, yeah, a new bug I think would be really cool. Nighttime yet? Nope, not yet. It's getting close though. All right, fireworks rework. Yeah, we're due for this. Have y'all made fireworks recently? Not for an elytra, but like made fireworks with a star. It's abysmal. You only have like a couple of patterns and like a couple of effect options. It cost a diamond for 3 that use that pattern. It costs a mob head, so a wither skeleton skull for 3 with a creeper face. Why? We've got so many things added in the game since fireworks were added that could make great effects for fireworks, like glow squid ink or various plants, other mob drops, breeze rods, and, you know, wind charges. There's so many things you could do with fireworks, and just crafting them in the UI, it just feels so outdated and antiquated at this point. I think we need some sort of like loom-esque system that would work really well for fireworks. Maybe there's like firework patterns like looms have. I think that'd solve a lot of problems, but maybe that's too similar. I don't know. It's not up to me. But I think fireworks desperately need a rework and make them a lot more viable to actually use them in the future. So, okay. I'm going to try sleeping. We're dang close. I should have got a clock. I should have brought a clock too. I'm just going to grab another one. We got enough light. New 16 dyeable. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Could be a block, you know, like concrete, terracotta, wool, all those, etc. Or it could be like the harnesses for the happy cast. It could be something like candles. It could be wolf armor. It could be a new armor that's dyeable. It could be item frames. It could be any number of things that could be dyeable. But yeah, there's going to be something added to the game that you can dye in the 16 Minecraft colors for whatever reason, customization, etc. Yeah, nice and easy. Take a sip for my drink. We got 7 left. Let's take a look at how we're doing so far. It's looking pretty good. I'll have to go get buttons and predict which one I might have the best shot of completing. We'll see. Auto namer. This one's a weird one and probably a long shot, but naming is kind of tedious. You put it in here, it takes a level. Anvils break really easy and they're very expensive for no reason really at this point in the game. I think we need a way to name things more efficiently or automatically. And I think there could be a new block or a contraption or mob or something that makes that easier. Some sort of like printing press or something that has like functionality, some way that shakes that up a little bit and makes that a little better. And this kind of has synergy with some of the storage solutions and stuff. It could anyway. So I think that's a possibility. So auto namer. Okay. Next. Minecraft Blast Backlash. So Minecraft Blast. I'm sure most of you have heard of it. Maybe you haven't. But this is Mojang's collaboration with King, who makes Candy Crush and an assortment of other mobile games. And it's very much like a, match 3, match 4 type game, and with a like Minecraft's progression and resource system over top of it. Initially was released in beta in Malaysia. I think it might be in Canada now as well, maybe other places. So this is an interesting one. I wanted to initially predict that it was like gonna, stop being supported. I don't think so. I think since it's being handled by a third party, it will be profitable enough. They'll probably make loads of money off of microtransactions. So I think it's gonna stick around for a while. But I do think, can I turn this toward, yeah, there you go. I could see it looks different now, right? I think there's going to be some sort of big backlash in the Minecraft community about what this is happening. This one, again, is like pretty vague and kind of similar to the EULA changes, but I think it's a possibility, almost an inevitability, almost so much so like it's like probably not even worth mentioning. Like if it does happen, it's probably going to be like, yeah, what'd you expect? So, but I think you can play it now. You may need a VPN, but Minecraft Blast exists. It exists. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. New multi-block structure. Yeah, okay, so this one I really want to come true, but I don't have any specifics in mind. So when I say multi-block structure, there's a few examples in the game. An enchanting table. That's a multi-block structure. You put the enchanting table down, you put bookshelves around it, and they affect each other, right? The number of bookshelves is the enchanting power. A beacon, the number of layers it has under it is how strong it is. The most recent addition would be a conduit, where the number of rings of prismarine around it affects it, and that's how it functions. So, big fan of the conduit. All those are kind of interesting. You could probably even argue like the nether portal is a multi-block structure in a literal sense, right? So I would love to see more of those multiple blocks interact with each other to create kind of a new thing. I think that could be really interesting, and it could do any number of things. It could be a portal-esque block. It could be a beacon-esque, conduit-esque system. It could be, a way to defend, an offense, any number of things. So I'm not talking about like a redstone contraption here. Those are multi-block, of course, but I'm talking about a block or structure that's introduced with the intention of it being constructed in a certain way to achieve a specific goal or purpose. So new multi-block structure. Love to see that. So, okay, next. New plant-based mob. So we got a couple mob predictions on the board here, but I would love to see a new plant-based mob. We don't really have a lot of those. I think the creeper might technically be one. The sniffer, maybe. I don't know what's going on there with that guy. I think it's both of those are probably intentionally ambiguous, but I would love to see a little friendly guy, or maybe a little hostile creature, or any number of things. So a plant-based mob I think would be really cool, and kind of breaks the pattern. There's been a lot of undead mobs added, I won't say recently, but they're just really expanding, all the skeleton variants we have now, several zombie variants, and so it's like I think you're going to the same well a little too much. So I like something that's like feels starkly different. Would be really cool. So, and I think plant-based would be a good way to do that. So, all right, we got 3 more to go. We're wrapping up here. New bucketable. This one's pretty straightforward. This could be a mob. This could be like a fish or some sort of aquatic creature. Could be a new fluid. Maybe they add acid to the game, or I don't know, syrup. Like, could be any number of things they add that are bucketable, or it could even be like something like a block, like powdered snow is a bucketable, but it's also a block. So just something you can pick up with in a bucket, whether it be a bucket of water or, you know, empty bucket, or heck, maybe there's a lava fish and you have to have a bucket of lava and get the lava fish. So a new bucketable. Inventory UI change. So this right here, maybe it's a new slot that get added. Maybe this aesthetically changes. Maybe there's a new button here for something at settings, or maybe they change the verbiage or change these textures to something, or it defaults in dark mode or something. Yeah, any number of things. But I think this is going to get a facelift, an update, an addition, something happening here in 2026. So that one will be pretty black and white. Does it look different than this now? Yes. Then yep, it's there. If not, then no. Okay. And our last prediction for 2026: salt. Yes, I'd love to see salt added. I think there's, just like real life, a litany of potential uses for salt in Minecraft. Certain mobs might like to lick it or eat it. You could use it in crafting of some foods. I would love to see, you know, something I really like about the happy gas that I wish more mobs had. The happy gas will only fly around within a certain range of where you left it. I would love if I could put down like a salt block, and then all my passive mobs or chain mobs like stay within, you know, 20 blocks of this salt block. Or maybe this attracts certain mobs, like, you know, they add deer or something and that gets added, and blah, 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 you know, any number of uses. Maybe you find it in caves, maybe you craft it, maybe you boil down seawater. I mean, there's any number of things, ways to get it. But I think salt being added could be a good addition to the game with a lot of, I love things that have like 10 uses, even if they're all like 10 like mundane uses. I love it. It's great. So, here we are. Here are my 25 Minecraft predictions for 2026. I think we got some good ones here. I think we got some that are pretty likely, some that aren't. I think the Jennifer Coolidge one will happen. I just don't know if we're going to find out about it next year. So let me hop up here and let me see which rows I think are going to be the most likely. This one maybe Satisfat new storage block. I think this one's pretty likely. New slime, mob vote. Onions, that one's okay. Bug. Yeah, so yeah. What about diagonals? That's a long shot, I think. Oh, those I'd love to see, but that's also a long shot. I'm gonna say this second horizontal one is the most likely one, I think. I think that's what, oh, I got friends. I should put on armor. Yeah, I think that's going to be the most likely. I don't have buttons on me. I don't have a sign to label it, but I'll do that off camera. Also, this is season 6 of the JFS now, and I don't know. Oh, wow, there's a guy there too. Wow, it's a party. Sorry. I got to check all y'all out. So I don't have a lot going on. So this may get moved somewhere between now and next year, but just know all this will stay the same. There's video record of it. It's fine. So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think? Oh no, this is bad. I gotta handle this. Let me know in the comments below if you think I will be correct, or if. Oh, nice. They're murdering the llamas? Oh, the llamas probably attacked them. No, don't kill him. We need resources. Oh, God. He's gonna kill him. I might put a straw poll if I remember. Don't do it. 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 I got him. Yeah, okay. I may put a straw poll in the description of what you think. How likely I am. Maybe a Google survey or something. I don't know. I think this is fun. And yeah, I'll see you next year and see how close I was. I don't know. It's my favorite video of the year. I love doing this. So thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.